Number 11. Replacement organs grown from your own cells. Imagine your liver, kidney, heart, or pancreas begins to fail. Today, that can mean years of medication, dialysis, waiting lists, donor shortages, major transplant surgery, and afterward, possibly taking anti-rejection drugs for the rest of your life. But imagine instead, doctors take some of your own cells, grow a brand new replacement organ made specifically for you, and transplant it into your body. Not a mechanical organ, not somebody else's organ, your organ. Built from living human tissue genetically matched to you. How this could change ordinary life into extraordinary life. A world with reliable, lab-grown replacement organs could make organ failure repairable rather than potentially terminal. A person whose kidneys are failing could receive newly grown kidneys instead of spending years on dialysis. A damaged liver could be replaced before catastrophic failure. Someone with severe heart damage might eventually receive functional living heart tissue, or ultimately, an entire replacement heart. People might no longer have to wait desperately for another person to die before an organ becomes available. And because an organ could potentially be produced from a patient's own cells, researchers hope future approaches could sharply reduce immune rejection, although achieving genuinely immune-compatible, fully functional organs remains a major challenge. The larger implication is profound. Human beings could gradually acquire replaceable biological parts. That would change aging itself. Instead of watching individual organs deteriorate until the whole body can no longer survive, medicine could increasingly repair, regenerate, or replace failing biological systems. So, can we actually do this? Pieces of the technology already exist. Scientists can grow organoids, small simplified versions of organs, from stem cells. Researchers can differentiate stem cells into many specialized cell types, and regenerative medicine programs are actively investigating repair of the heart, liver, kidney, lung, and intestine. A major 2026 medical review describes organ regeneration using cell therapies as an active field, while also emphasizing that getting transplanted cells to survive, integrate, vascularize, and perform the complex functions of a real organ remains difficult. Researchers are also developing 3D bioprinting, where living cells and biomaterials are deposited layer by layer. And something remarkable happened in June 2026. Kidney and liver tissue constructs were bioprinted aboard the International Space Station, demonstrating another possible route toward producing increasingly sophisticated living tissues. These were tissue constructs, not transplant-ready human kidneys or livers, but the milestone shows how rapidly biofabrication is advancing. A 2026 analysis of hundreds of registered medical 3D printing and bioprinting studies found that conventional printed implants and anatomical models are considerably more clinically mature, while living bioprinted regenerative constructs are still largely in early-stage clinical development. The monster problem: blood vessels. Growing millions of cells isn't enough. A full-size organ has an incredibly intricate network of arteries, veins, capillaries, nerves, structural tissue, ducts, and specialized cells. Cells buried deep inside a thick artificial organ will die unless oxygen and nutrients reach them. That means researchers have to reproduce something approaching the body's microscopic vascular network and successfully connect it to the patient's circulation. Creating functioning, scalable vascularization remains one of the central barriers between today's engineered tissues and truly transplantable manufactured organs. And that's before solving long-term function, innervation, immune compatibility, manufacturing reliability, cancer risk, and regulatory approval. How close are we? I'd put this breakthrough at roughly 25 to 40% of the way there. We can already make cells, organoids, scaffolds, and increasingly complicated living tissues. We cannot yet routinely manufacture a complete, adult-sized, fully functioning kidney, liver, heart, or lung from someone's cells and implant it as a permanent replacement. Current regenerative constructs remain substantially less mature than conventional 3D printed medical devices. My best evidence-based estimate, not a prediction from any one study, is 5 to 10 years. Increasingly useful engineered tissue patches, cartilage, skin, vessels, and relatively simple regenerative implants. 10 to 20 years. Potentially the first highly specialized bioengineered organ replacements or hybrid organs for selected patients. 20 to 30 plus years, plausible window for genuinely sophisticated patient-specific replacement organs such as kidneys or livers becoming clinically practical. If vascularization, manufacturing, and long-term biological integration are solved. A complete replacement heart or lung may prove harder and take longer. There is no guarantee those timelines hold. But unlike many futuristic ideas we've discussed, this revolution has already begun at the cellular level. And when researchers finally cross the threshold, from growing tissue to manufacturing functioning human organs, transplantation medicine will never be the same. Replacement organs grown from your own cells. The breakthrough, manufacture living. Functional replacement organs using a patient's own cells. The extraordinary future. Organ failure becomes something medicine can replace rather than merely manage. Where we are, early to middle development. Estimated major breakthrough, 10 to 30 plus years. Potential impact, civilization changing. And there is an even bigger number, 12 hiding behind this one. What happens when we stop replacing damaged organs and teach the human body to completely regenerate them while they're still inside us?